A very good evening. It is exactly 9 p.m. East African time. The day is April the 13th, 2023. We've got lots lined up for you this evening. Lots happening in the political arena and, of course, some sporting action as well. Welcome to the broadcast. Before we get into the business, here are our top stories. Where's my phone around?
Mazungumzo yaendelee na maandamano sambamba.
Tonight on Lookup News, Raila's coalition Azimio to hold demos as bipartisan talks continue. 3 teachers arrested for assaulting student in Kisii charge. Senator Tabitha Karanja charged afresh in 14 billion tax evasion case with KRA. And 6 Kenyans, among them 5 minors, allegedly wounded by Ugandan soldiers.
Right, this is Lookup News. I am announcing Nelima, the sign language interpreter. That is Felista Adudo. Do stay with us for the next few minutes as we bring you up to spirit stories that are making headlines across all of 47 counties. The hashtag to use is Lookup News, and you can also stream this live broadcast across all our social media platforms where we are at Lookuptv on Twitter, Lookuptv on Facebook, and Lookuptv on our YouTube channel. Let's begin. Opposition coalition Azimio now says it will embark on another round of countrywide demonstrations, which will run concurrently with bipartisan negotiations with their counterparts in government. Azimio says the move has been informed by lack of seriousness and grandstanding from the government even before the official start of the negotiations. And as our reporter Henry Tender now files, Azimio maintains the leader Raila Odinga won the last concluded elections and that President Ruto is holding the office illegitimately.
Even before the bipartisan team from the government and the opposition embarks on negotiations to resolve contentious issues raised by Azimio, the opposition outfit has announced it will go back to street demonstrations, which will run concurrently with the negotiations.
That Sunday in Kamukunji, we will be going back to the People's Baraza.
But at the slightest indication that the call for truce was not in good faith, then action must be taken.
Sasa tumekubali mazungumzo ziendelee, lakini mimi nakubaliana na pendekezo ambayo imetoka hapa siku ya leo. Ati mazungumzo yaendelee, mazungumzo yaendelee na maandamano sambamba.
Azimio are adamant the government side, led by President William Ruto, has shown lack of seriousness, accusing President Ruto and his troop of taking hardline stands.
Kenya Kwanza, let me be respectful to them today, are not serious about this dialogue. They clearly are not.
Our wish is to achieve the overhaul of our state of affairs with the involvement of the people from all segments of our society at every stage. We will engage in the bipartisan process to which we have sent very able and competent representatives. But the people must not be left out or behind.
We cannot trust Bunge to represent us in any of the issues that we want. That's why these discussions must be held outside, because even that institution is a product of thuggery.
At the height of disagreement between the government and the opposition is the divergent views on how to address the cost of living and the thorny subject of IEBC reforms.
This election of 2022 and the regime that emerged from it may be the most regrettable thing to have happened in our country's history. The failures they have recorded in a mere 6 months, including record of high cost of food and a collapsing economy, should be enough warning that we have to act quickly and decisively.
Tunasema fungua sava, which will separate wheat from chaff.
Azimio team still holds its firm belief that Raila Odinga won the last presidential poll and has today taken journalists through a PowerPoint presentation on how Raila's votes were suppressed and added to William Ruto. All indications are we are back to the drawing board in regards to street demonstrations, as Azimio Group remain adamant the government side is not serious about the bipartisan talks, and with the government unable to meet its obligatory role of paying salaries and remitting equitable revenue to various counties, one question remains: are we as a country in a position to sustain another round of street demonstrations? Henry Tende, Lookup TV, Nairobi.
Thank you, Tende, for that report. Now, staying on those talks, the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition bipartisan dialogue team has expressed concern over the delay of the talks by the government. As Shadrack Kareria now reports, the Azimio 7-member committee has emphasized that the talks must be expanded to address all of its demands to the government.
The delay of the bipartisan talk between the Azimio coalition and the Kenya Kwanza has continued to trigger concerns from the Azimio politicians. Yes. Speaking during their first meeting since the appointment, the 7-member team representing the Azimio coalition has complained about the delay of the process.
We reiterate our readiness and commitment to the process, but decry the delay exhibited by our Kenya Kwanza counterparts.
The committee expressed concerns about the manner in which the government is handling the matter, stating that even though they are ready for talks, they don't know exactly who to engage.
We note the delay in naming the 7 members of the team, and up to now, note that they have not named the co-chair, leaving us at a loss as to whom to engage.
The committee has, however, dismissed sentiments from the Kenya Kwanza MPs that the talks will not be expanded to include other Azimio demands, the committee stating that all their demands must be addressed.
Whenever you have a dialogue, you must be careful what is said in the context of the dialogue and what is said outside. To the best of our knowledge, the team that has been appointed is yet to say anything. Those who have spoken are not part of the team, and therefore we do not find it necessary to respond to that. The cost of living, especially reduction in unga, fuel and others, is our priority number 1. We expect to raise it as the very first issue in our talks. We have never said that the talks will not start until. We have said it should be lowered immediately. We expect that when we start the engagement, that will be topic number 1.
The committee also thwarted the Kenya Kwanza administration for appointing Edas MP Edan Kenan as a member of their bipartisan team, stating that Kenan was elected in a Jubilee ticket and should not form the Kenya Kwanza committee, since Jubilee is among the founder party of the Azimio coalition.
We note that our counterparts have named Honorable Adam Kenan as part of their team. Honorable Kenan is a member of Azimio. The issue of party discipline is one of the 4 cardinal issues on the table, and his inclusion is in bad faith, unlawful, and intended to delay the process. We therefore request our counterparts to reconsider and replace Honorable Kenan so that we can move with speed.
Shadrack Kareria, Lookup TV.
Thank you, Kareria. And beyond our borders, 6 Kenyans, among them 5 minors, have been wounded by UPDF soldiers in Moroto, Uganda, in an operation aimed at recovering illegal firearms from Turkana herders. The victims have been evacuated to Lodwar County Referral Hospital for specialized treatment.
I received this patient through the referral of UPDF ambulances, and there were cases of gunshot. We managed them. We took majority of them to theater, removed the bullets, and then closed several wounds. And most of the patients are not in danger now. There was only one which was so much having restless and difficulty in breathing, but we managed to put the chest tube and is now stable.
I really want to say thank you to the county government of Turkana and to you, the medical professionals, that if children can live together in harmony, why shouldn't we adults live in harmony? And point number 2 is that Moroto Referral Hospital is handed over to you. These children are alive. Promise to us, Lodwar referral hospital, that you'll keep them alive so that they can tell their own story.
We, the leaders of Turkana County, strongly condemn the attack on the Turkana herders by the Ugandan Army, UPDF. This unprovoked attack resulted in the imprisonment of 32 Turkana male adults who have been court-martialed and sentenced to 20 years each, as well as the injury of 4 minors and 1 adult woman.
Moving on, 3 teachers were on Thursday arraigned over beating and injuring a secondary school student in Kisii County. Douglas Maberia, Abel Manyange, and Franklin Ongwae were charged with causing grievous harm, contrary to Section 234 of the Penal Code. The 3 are accused of beating the student, causing him to lose a testicle at Nyabisha Secondary School in Bobasi constituency.
The 2 accused persons, Abel Manyange and Franklin Ongwae, who are embroiled in a criminal case for beating the 19-year-old Form 4 student on the 9th of April 2023, were today arraigned before Ogembo Law Courts.
There are no services also of the accused persons, which are 2 teachers who may be interdicted after this.
The teachers, who were brought before the Senior Chief Magistrate Paul Biwott, denied the allegation that has since affected the minors' biological parts. The 2 were charged before being released on bail. However, the prayer by the prosecution counsel led by Ian Makosi to deny the defendant bail was thwarted by the court. The court ruled that the accused were detained by their employer waiting for the end of the case and that the release on bail is their constitutional right. The case will proceed on the 27th of this month as the search of 2 more teachers who participated in the flagging of the student. Innocent Ogaro, Lookup TV.
Staying in the courts, Keroche Chief Executive Officer, who is also the Nakuru Senator, Tabitha Karanja, was on Thursday charged afresh following a tax evasion case of 14 billion shillings after the prosecution amended the charge sheet. However, the Senator denied those charges, and as Audrey Cherotich reports, the Nakuru Senator has now been given 45 days to initiate an alternative way to resolve the dispute.
Once again, the Chief Executive Officer of Keroche Industries, Tabitha Karanja, has found herself on the wrong side of the law for tax evasion of 14.5 billion. Karanja, who denied the charges against her, has asked the court to allow her to settle the dispute she has with the Kenya Revenue Authority in an out-of-court settlement.
Instructions from the commissioner are that
Irene Muthe, a KRA official, told the courts that there were no documents indicating that Keroche's company needed to settle the dispute outside the court because Keroche would be required to inform the commissioner in writing under the Tax Procedure Act.
My instructions from the commissioner are that so far there is no receipt of any intentions to have the matter settled out of court. In line with Section 109 of the Tax Procedures Act.
According to KRA, the Keroche company did not honor its payments amounting to 30.3 million. KRA wanted the court to find Keroche CEO Tabitha Karanja and Director Joseph Muigai to be in contempt of court and face judicial sentencing for the disobedience. Audrey Cherotich, Lookup TV.
And that story by Audrey Cherotich takes us for a very fast break here on the program. But do keep your comments and your feedback coming in. I'll be sampling some of that when we come back from the break. So much more on the other side, including your opinion matters. Don't go too far.
Are you looking for a renowned institution of academic and professional excellence to kickstart your career? Then join KIPS Technical College, a top NEC, CASNEP, NITA, HRMPEB and KISIM examination center in Kenya, fully accredited by TVET Authority. We offer high-quality hands-on training in engineering, hospitality, tourism, journalism, ICT, business, accounting, hairdressing and beauty, health sciences, community development and foreign languages, and have placed over 26,000 graduates in employment since 1994. Admissions for April intake is ongoing. Call 0720-813-113 or visit any of our 6 campuses located within Nairobi. KIPS Technical College, your sure path to success.
We as Novena United Circle are a society that is able to provide a platform for business startups by providing financial aid to members and creating a platform to accumulate their savings. We look for small business entrepreneurs who are starting a business venture and provide the best opportunity to expand a business niche and turn it into something big. For more information, call us on 0768 757 956 or WhatsApp us on 0734 832 430. Novena United Circle. Tuungane pamoja.
Hey darling, are we still on for a coffee date?
I'm waiting for you to come and pick me up.
I should be able to pick you in a few.
It's a coffee yogurt date?
It's not just a yogurt. It's royal coffee yogurt.
Flow with the sweet taste of thick and smooth Royal Fresh coffee yogurt. Royal Fresh, the royal taste of freshness.
Utachagua sura au tabia unapotaka kumchumbia mwanamke?
Anaweza kuwa mrembo lakini hana tabia.
Naweza jifanya ndio hata kama hapa sitapata, nipate kwa tabia.
Ukweli wa mambo ni kwamba wanaume wengi, hata wale ambao wanatutazama wakati huu, ni sura inawavutia mara ya kwanza.
Ukiona mwanaume anasema ule dem ako poa, ule dem, hafikirii future na huyo dem. Huyo mwenye ako poa anapendeza, anakaa vizuri,
wacha kutudanganya.
Wajua kuwa na tabia nzuri lakini ikabadilishwa na hali. Kanisani wanja ndugu yangu waimba kwaya, wakishuka wakipanga masika na hao ndugu hawachukui.
Lazima nikae na wewe kwa muda fulani. Nikusome, nikujue kindani sana.
Kuna uchunguzi aina mbili ndugu yangu, kuna uchunguzi wa polisi na wa CID. Kama kuna mtu ambaye ana ujuzi wa hali ya juu ya kujifanya na kukusoma akili yako na kukufanya wewe uamini kile unachotaka kutoka kwake, ni mwanamke.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for staying with Lookup TV. This is Lookup News. Nelima here and Felista Adundo on the sign language interpretation. 2 suspected child theft groups have been identified in Kakamega County. One group alleged to sell children in Nairobi, while the other steals children for cultic rituals. With the child theft syndicate becoming rampant in the region, residents who have shared their painful experiences are now calling on relevant authorities to address the menace that has caused fear among parents.
Distraught parent. A 40-year-old Simon Ingutia in thoughts following the disappearance of his 2 daughters in a mysterious way. As he remains looking at their pictures on his phone, the girls Flyred Masitsa, 6-year-old, and Christine Rehema, 3-year-old, is said to have been picked by unknown persons while he was at work. Simon claims that it may be his wife's conspiracy because it's not the first case of his children disappearing.
Niko down kabisa, moyo wangu hauko sawa kabisa. Watoto mejua walikuwa wameingia kwa shule na wanafanya vizuri. They perform very well. Mejua walikuwa wamedelay kusoma, but wakati niliwapeleka Isanjiro wakapika hapa haraka sana. So nimekuwa nimezoea kukaa nao. Sasa hizi naona kama there's something amiss, na miss tu kabisa watoto. Ndio hao wenye walikuwa wamekamatwa wangeeleza penye hao watoto walikuwa wameenda, kwa sababu vitu za watoto zilipatikana kwa nyumba yenye walikuwa. Sasa hao wako na habari vizuri kabisa penye watoto wako. Ni mpango walikuwa wamefanya na wanajua exactly penye watoto wako. Insecurity iko.
On the other hand, a woman from Lutaso village in Navakolo constituency area was arrested by police officers for allegedly stealing her 3-day-old granddaughter. She was arrested by officers with a plan to sell her for 400,000 shillings in Nairobi.
Simu, wakuje at least tusaidiane kwa uchunguzi, tujue hawa ni watu gani, na huyu amelaunch complaint kwamba mtoto wake amepotea na hawa wako connected na hiyo maneno ya mtoto.
Gladys Masharia, Lookup TV.
The Rift Valley Regional Commissioner Abdi Hassan has issued a notice to all squatters to move out in a Naivasha land that is under dispute. He has warned that the government shall not tolerate breaking the law, terming their actions as a recipe for chaos and disorder in the region. Phoebe Wangombe with that story.
Rift Valley Regional Commissioner Abdi Hassan has issued a notice to all squatters who have invaded private land in parts of Naivasha to move out. Hassan warned that the government shall not tolerate the ongoing cases, and those incidents were a recipe for chaos if not well handled.
Lately, we have seen
cases of Utheri Walari farm in Mai Mahiu and vandalized property worth millions over a dispute of the land. While issuing the warning, Hassan said that they would move in to determine who had genuine ownership documents around the disputed land. He added that due to the pending court cases, it was impossible to move in and evict the squatters, but was quick to warn that they should follow law and order.
Tufuate sheria jinsi inavyotakikana. Tuwe watu ambao tunaheshimu sheria. Tusiwe watu ambao sheria imewekwa pale na watu wanapita kando. Tabia na mienendo ya kuvunja sheria haitakubalika.
Hassan at the same time issued a warning to the government officers to keep off from the land disputes, since his office was aware of complaints raised by area residents that some government officers were leasing sections of the disputed land, leading to the current impasse.
Also heard of accusations against the government officers. We are telling them to refrain from engaging themselves in facilitating land problems in the region. It will not be acceptable, and serious action will be contemplated or will be taken against them.
Phoebe Wangombe, Lookup TV.
Moving on, fear has engulfed Kiambu residents after a detonated bomb was found within Ramburi area. The bomb was found by a passerby who promptly informed the area police. David Alex with his story and more in our county roundup.
Residents of Ramburi in Kiambu County are in a state of panic after a bomb was found within the area. A resident found the bomb and immediately reported the matter to the area police. Joseph Mungai, an area resident, found the bomb while he took out his goats to graze early today morning.
Nilipata bomu nikipata kwa mlima, alafu nikaona bomu, nikaita polisi, wakakuja na expert na wakategua na wakalipua yote.
Officers from the Department of Criminal Investigation (DCI) and bomb experts rushed to the area and detonated the bomb. Confirming the incident, Police Sub-County Commander Roslyn Nyolmo said this was the sixth similar incident to happen within the area. She further warned residents against handling suspicious devices and rather report such incidents to police.
Today we received a report of a suspicious device at Ruamburi area. The device is suspected to be 60mm mortar type. And immediately officers were dispatched to the scene. They rushed to the scene whereby bomb experts, DCI personnel and OCS Ndeya arrived at the scene, and the device was detonated.
In other news, a 68-year-old woman is staring at eviction after losing a multi-million shilling Malindi Beach property. Gail Answorth now fears for her life after she lost the case and is now due for eviction from the disputed property located in Mayungu area in Malindi.
Superintendent John Kariuki from the DCI at Malindi at the time came in, and he went through all the documents. He investigated our mortgage at Stanbic Bank, and anything to do with the property, we showed him all our paperwork. He took our original title deed, and eventually the matter was in the appeal court Mombasa, and the ruling said that John was the owner of the property.
Elsewhere, 3 people have been arrested by police in Kimilili, Bungoma County over allegations of killing a KDF officer in Nasioyo village. According to neighbors, the officer was entertaining himself in the presence of a neighbor right before a disagreement ensued.
Inasemekana ni alikuwa kwa terminal leave, lakini sasa akapatikana hapa kwa boma ya huyu mtu anaitwa Wanjala Meta wakati ule wa usiku. Nilikuta kama amekatwa, amepigwa mawe na mapanga ilikuweko, alikuwa na majeraha kwa kichwa, amekatwa kila upande, mkono mmoja umevunjwa, na tukashirikiana na raia na ndugu zangu na wale majirani.
Also, more than 2,700 tailors from Malindi in Kilifi County have registered a social organization that is set to expand their businesses to a level equal to EPZ. The tailors are asking the government to support them financially in order to start their business.
Tungetamani sana kwa sababu ya kubaki nyuma, tumetamani sana, mkono wetu ni mfupi, hauwezi kufika pale tumelenga, lakini tunaomba sana msaada kwa serikali. Ikiwa tamanio letu kama mafundi, tulikuwa tumetamani sana kupata shamba mahali na
David Alex, Lookup TV.
Now let's get sporty. On his winning streak, Africa's fastest man, Ferdinand Omanyala, clinched the 100 meters Grand Prix in South Africa. Omanyala clocked 10.33 seconds to win the race. His